Alright guys, so now we're gonna turn the lights off. You guys don't usually see it like this. Usually it looks like this. You'll see the room has a projection as well, which is really cool. Welcome home, Shinobi. It's your boy Marcus here, and welcome home to Anime Avenue, the channel where I collect absolutely everything anime. But Naruto is my ninja way. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. And if you guys aren't, you know the drill. KONAHA flip! It's about to get a whole lot brighter right back because your boy is here. Today, we're gonna be taking a step into my very own KONAHA today. Obviously, I've been telling you guys that have been on the channel for a while. I've been working on it and it is just now finished. There's still so much stuff that I want to do, so many things that we need to change. You guys are gonna be watching us do that along the way. But today I figured we just go through the room, see where things are at this year, so that way we have a nice marker to see where the collection's at next year. So anyway, without further ado, come on in. This is my anime room. Okay, so we're back out here. I bet you didn't expect that. But we're still out here. The reason why, because we gotta start here, okay? So over here is my variety room, which consists of anime all the way to cartoons, to Pokemon, if you want to consider that a hybrid between the two. That's all in there. I have another room outside called the Comfort Cartoons Cavern, which is all cartoon related. But as you guys know, this is all anime related. This is what we're gonna be focusing on, so we're gonna ignore stuff on this side. Out here in the front, we have all of my Demon Slayer swords. You guys have never seen all of them in one place before, but this is my entire Demon Slayer sword collection. So this video is going to be kind of me showing you guys what I want to do along with what has been done. Right next to Parker right now, there's a wall that's completely blank. That has to be fixed. That has to be fixed. We got to get some kind of awesome artwork to go right here. It's going to look dope. We got to get an Anime Avenue sign, a street sign. This says Anime Avenue. That would be dope. I mean, do you think there's a street up there that's named that?
Probably not.
But we have this right here, which is Mount Fuji, which is one of the most beautiful places in all of Japan. And once you open that up, you are into the room. And you will notice once you're in the room, we have the textured floor, which is soft, very soft. And then not just that, and if you did not already notice, it is in the scheme of Tanjiro's Horori from Demon Slayer. Actually, who came up with this idea is the editor of this video. Wasn't it Mitchell? Mitchell put a text on screen that says, yeah, if you did. But what I was gonna do was Cartoon Network in the other room, which you can already kind of get a sneak peek, which is already done. But when I said that, Mitchell was like, oh yeah, it'd be kind of cool if you did the green for Tanjiro, and boom, here we go. So the Tanjiro's floor green, it was a great idea. Love the way it came out. I wanted to give credit to Mitchell on that one because it's one of the coolest things in the room that puts it all together. But we're gonna start over here because, as you guys know, Naruto is my ninja way, and we'll work our way around it. Alright, so starting on over here, we got some small stuff. This section's, you know, kind of been worked on. We got the hat that Itachi came into the Leaf Village with. We got this little guy right here, which is a banner that has Jiraiya and also Naruto in Sage Mode right here. This came in the Naruto subscription box. A lot of these items did. If you guys want your own Naruto subscription box, you can check the description of every video to get your own subscription box. They're amazing. Then over here we got this United Cutlery green zombie apocalypse themed tomahawk, because you never know when we're in here filming, somebody has to get a Kakashi eye, you know? So we got this right here. This thing is super solid, but it's just mostly there for the memes. We have the Naruto subscription box. We have the Funko exclusive Naruto skateboard. There's a few Funko skateboards out, but this is the only anime one that's out as far as I know. And then we got to start with the big two, because so I call this my big three because it's the ones from Jump Force, the main guys. We got Naruto, Luffy, and we got Goku. But the anime community considers it Naruto, One Piece, and you want to take a guess?
Yu-Gi-Oh!
That was my Seto Kaiba impression. I'll have to laugh, but it wasn't too bad, right?
Man, that was pretty bad.
No, yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! would probably go in that room.
No, yeah, I don't even have a clue.
It's freaking Bleach Ichigo.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean, he is like, we talk about the manga, we talk about the show, it's just an ongoing, loved show. Goku would be considered a legacy. That's your starter pack anime right there, right? So next up, we got the booster boxes. We got the Path to Hokage from Naruto with the first ever booster box to release. I paid about probably like $100 to $150 for it.
Okay.
And I ended up sending it over to Parker, and I know you got one. Did you get one?
I did. I ended
Nice.
up getting one, yeah.
Did you get two?
No, I wish I did.
Now this booster box is going for well over $1,000, which is just incredible. And because I knew that I had a lot of feeling, I got a couple boxes. I think I have like somewhere like 3 or 4 of them maybe. So I got really, really lucky on that. But then next we have Revenge and Rebirth. The rest of these boxes have no particular order. We got Coils of the Snake, and then we have this one, Broken Wind, which is about, you know, this frog breaking wind. And then we have Broken Promises, because he did break the promise by breaking that wind. But none of these boxes, besides this one, are anything significant really. They're just important to me because it was something sealed I can get my hands on, you know?
True.
There's so many Naruto booster boxes, and then later you get in the series, which is contradicts like Pokemon and other things. The later you get in the series, the more expensive they get. Besides Naruto Path Hokage, the later ones can be $5,000 plus. And then on top of all those, we have the cats from the Naruto series. This is every single cat that is released in a 4-series set, I guess you could say. There's 4 series in total, and that's all of them. Next up, we have the Funko Pops, which, as you guys know, at one point in time, I was the man with every single one and with the plan. Okay, I had all the Pops, but I took like a weekend, and then boom, everything came out, and now I'm living in pain. Okay, so they have all these other ones out that I'm missing. I'm missing about like 11 or 12 or something like that. And on this channel, we're trying to document getting them and catching back up. So make sure you subscribe. But this is most of the Naruto Funko Pop. So we have all the Funko Pops of everyone we have right here. Which one's going down as your grail, your favorite? For me, hands down, my favorite has gotta be the Anbu Kakashi. This one is by far my favorite. It's one of my favorite arcs in the entire show. So being able to have a Funko Pop to represent the entire thing is just absolutely awesome.
As of right now, I think my favorite's gonna be tie actually between the Pain Almighty Push
Huh, I didn't expect you to pick that one.
and the Susanoo.
Kakashi Susanoo. That was close for my favorite. That's a really good one. All right, and then we got the Kuramas. We got Pops down here. We're gonna go through this one real quick because it's all Pops mostly. We got a Kakashi figure here. I got this at Box Lunch. If you guys have been watching, you guys know about that. We got the Kakashi keychain from another video. All this stuff is in videos. This is a subscription box right here. This is the later video. And then of course, I got my hot cash and Box Lunch money on ready because historically on this channel, I forget. So I feel like if I'm sitting right next to it every day, I shouldn't forget. Fast forward to me forgetting it probably. But we're gonna hope on it because they're two stacks. We can do it. We got 1 stack out in Comfort Cartoons too. And then this is actually a box that we opened a long time ago called Chibi Tournament Pack. Inside of there, it pretty much just has cards like this where they're chibi versions of the characters. I put all of the rares and like their holographics and stuff already in sleeves. These are just the bulk that came from the box. Okay, so now we're making our way over here. So let's check this section on out. So we have some remaining Funko products. We have the pins. We have the actual Dorbs. This is every Dorbs has come out so far. We have a Sasuke mouse pad, which just works great for me having a place to set items like remotes, anything like that that's just, you know, needs to be placed down without damaging the shelf. We got the Ultimate Chidori Sasuke. And dude, do you remember that one?
I do.
I got that guy on the channel for like $30. This statue is worth over $600. This little Sasuke. He was from SDCC Comic-Con, I think 2004. If we come on over here, we have a little tiny Itachi. This is not authentic, but I just feel, I mean, it looks just like the real one. I mean, not all the times that happen on Wish, but like, I actually might order a few more of those. Then we got my bonsai tree. I water that every single day. It smells amazing. It's great. And then we have me right here, which is an awesome Funko Pop that was made by one of you guys. And I think this was to be like my own Uchiha, but I think it was used as the Itachi mold. And then the head actually came from a wrestler. Next down here, we have the last Funko product. These giveaway pins at SDCC. We got an Itachi light, which actually switches between different colors. Really, really cool. And he's always pointing at me. And I love that, you know, it gives me validation every day. And I live for that. Then over here, we have the 5-star figures. You guys are seeing me break all of this stuff down on the channel, so I'm not gonna spend too much time on it, but man, those were amazing. We got Gamatsu, and then we got a bunch of banger cards. I mean, you guys know what this stuff is when you're looking at it. All that in one stack right here, because I want to get that stuff graded soon. Then over here, we have an awesome acrylic stand. This is not authentic. This is a third-party product, but it looks really, really cool, and I had to put it up here because we got it in a box, and anytime I get something with you guys, what matters to me the most is finding a way to represent it. Oh, one of my favorite things to collect in the entire collection is these right here, and that is the anime heroes. I'm gonna go ahead and bring one out for reference. So these guys are basically your typical, you know, action figure setup. They got articulating functions along with multiple hands, a weapon, all that great stuff. You know, when we were growing up, what we had was, we give a little example, is this stuff over here. And I don't know about you, but my mom didn't even buy me that. Did you have any of that stuff?
I didn't have anything.
No, I didn't have a bed. I didn't even have something.
No, I had a floor.
But we have the anime heroes. These guys are so much fun to collect. As of right now, I'm only missing one, and that is Naruto 6th Path Sage Mode, I believe is the full package name. He's not that particularly hard to find. Honestly, the one that was the hardest of this entire collection, you guys know, is Sakura. Took us a long time to get that one. But now I just have to get the 6th Path one. I'll probably have to just look for that one on like Amazon. But I wanted to find it in the wild, but you know, I might have to just order it. All right, so the next thing, one of the things people see first when they ever come to this channel, the first thing people talk about is always the weapons that are up here, because yes, this is quite the collection of Naruto weapons. And unfortunately, I cannot tell you guys the location of how I got everything, because I mean, then everybody'd have their setup, right? So we have the Anbu mask. These are licensed official Anbu masks. I mean, those guys have been around the channel for a while. I already know where they came from. So these right here, the Anbu masks, they're licensed. The best representations of the Anbu masks I've seen so far. We got the 4th Hokage's kunai, and that is very, very sharp on all ends, and that is as legit as it gets. Then next up, these are also Sasuke's swords, but those are just temporary. Those are display pieces. We have a very clean and battle-ready Sasuke's grass cutter right inside of here as well. So that one is ready to go. It is sharp as a razor. We haven't needed to use that one yet because we haven't found Itachi. When we do, that certain man's gone. Then right next to that, we've got Zabuza's blade, and that guy, don't even ask me how we got it hung up. It's about like 50 pounds, so heavy, but it's up there for now. Then next we have this is like the only weapon in here. This is only for the people that watch the actual full video of the whole collection room. This is the only thing on the collection that is not like an actual weapon. As you can see, it's very bendable. I couldn't leave it out with this. If I wanted to very easily, I could just get a kunai and tie this piece to it. But I personally just like the way this one aesthetically looks in the background. Then below that, we've got some ninja stars as well. And finally, we have Madara's scythe over here as well. This thing is absolutely gorgeous. These two items, the Zabuza sword and the scythe, are iconic for me as a brand, and not just that, just to have in the room here is just so awesome. So we have every book of the manga right here. We have the first one right here. This is the third one, but it just didn't make sense for me to make it any other way. So then we have the second one down here, which is flat. So this should be in between the two. I have no clue why for just one of them they made it sideways, but they did, so that's how we decided to display it. Right here is a really unique item that I don't feel like a lot of people have in their collection, and I don't think a lot of people would think about getting in their collection either from a traditional standpoint, because everybody thinks about Naruto and they think about manga, of course. This is his only, and it kind of has a dirty sleeve on it, but the comics meant this is the only Naruto comic book to ever release, and that was released in Free Comic Book Day back in 2020. So this is a 9.8 version of it, which in the comic book world is essentially as close as you can get to a 10, because 10s are like, I mean, some books literally don't have them, and if they do, there's 1 out of 1,000. So this is a 9.8, which is as good as it gets. All right, so then we have Naruto doing the Rasengan. We have the mystery minis for Sasuke and Naruto. We got some loose Funko Pops up here. This Kakashi is like $80. It's a rare mystery mini that was only at Hot Topic. Then behind here, we got the Shane O'Neill Itachi. Of course, Shane O'Neill got the Itachi one. That only makes sense. Then we got the Naruto eating ramen board. These are all by the company Primitive. We have the certificate of authenticity with the full Akatsuki ring set. We have the Naruto music box. That's all you're getting. You gotta pay $1.29 on iTunes if you want the rest. Then right here we have the Naruto magnetic headband with certificate of authenticity. All the headband pieces can be changed out with magnets, which is really cool. This down here is a lesser known set. These are PVC figures of Naruto. We got Sasuke. They're really, really clean figures, except for the pictures on them. We got Billboard Brow Sasuke. We have Kakashi, we got Gaara, and we even have Sage Mode Naruto back there. These guys are all really hard to find. And again, I kind of like collecting some of the Naruto stuff that's, I guess you could say Americanized in some ways, because it was really nostalgic for me growing up, wanting and seeing this stuff. And I feel like it's something that's left out a lot, obviously, when people collect. And sometimes you have some stuff in the US that comes out that's really cool too. All right, so we're moving on to this shelf over here. We're doing a full 360 around this place. So right here we have another one of people's favorite artworks in the room, and that is the eyes of not just Uchiha, because you got Kakashi in there and Naruto, but just kind of, I mean, realistically, the most powerful characters in the show. I mean, besides like Kaguya and like a few other other people, that's probably it. All right, so we got that right there. We have the slashed out headband. I only have this one up here in particular because I'm starting to work on a collection of the several headbands over here, which I'll probably add over to the, you know, the Shinobi equipment eventually. Then over here, we have my entire book series. This took me about a total of like 9 months, and they released them all about 3 months apart. And weirdly enough, all of them can be read in the traditional manga theme, except for the first one. The first one, I don't think they thought about the idea, and then by the second and third one, they did. Then over there, we've got Sasuke, and then we've got Naruto, both of those cats, along with Teenage Naruto and Teenage Sasuke. Then we have, of course, Team 7. These guys are absolutely beautiful. Some of my favorite form factors of all the characters, and that's why they have such a central place in the room, being what the core of Naruto is, being Team 7. Then down here, we got some BANPRESTO statues, along with some Bandai figures up there that we have been collecting, or as of recently. I love all of these guys right here as well, and the dynamic pose that they're in, and the mini guys up there as well. The Chibi Masters are really, really cool. Just basically finished that set like last week. Then down here, we've got a few more dynamic poses, but we have all of these guys doing their main, like, traditional, I guess you'd say, like your Pikachu's Thunderbolt basic move. We have, you know, him doing the Lightning Blade, we've got him doing the Rasengan, and we've got, of course, Sasuke doing the Chidori. And then in the back, we've got the little DVD and book collection that we've been working on, again, here on the channel, if you guys want to keep up with everything. We got the Naruto Blu-ray, and we got a few Naruto video games. This is just getting started as we're starting to build this collection. The entire room is just getting started. For those of you guys that have been following me on YouTube for a long time, you know my weapons collection, my Nickelodeon collection, they're very mature. This collection has still just been starting out in the last couple of years, so I'm really enjoying growing it. All right, now coming down here, we got some smaller figures, but these ones are kind of like the original anime heroes, but I love the packaging on them. Comes with a bunch of different pieces, articulated, awesome, and they're by Toy Nami. Down here, we've got some cards that I haven't had a chance to organize into the binder yet. This is where I typically would put them, along with some packs that I haven't opened yet. And then we got sleeves accessible at all times. And then over here, we got Boruto, looking cool as hell with the jacket. I always love his design so much. It reminds me of like the perfect merger between Sasuke and Naruto. He just looks so cool. I honestly want to say he looks cooler than Naruto or Sasuke did at that age. All right, so right over here, we have the stuff that I grew up with, so it's super close to my heart, and that is the original Mattel Naruto stuff. So these guys aren't the original Mattel Naruto figures. They just look really good there. As you guys can see, I love the feng shui between Naruto and Sasuke, so I have them both like multiple places as a group. We have the Ninja Battleground game, which is really cool because I don't know if it's a game, but it has all these figures in it that kind of make the moment of Orochimaru attacking the village. It's got Itachi back there when he was basically just starting as a character exclusively at Toys R Us. Bigger than all of this stuff right here, and we're gonna go down the whole shelf, is the fact that over time, I grew up over time wanting these action figures so much, but now I actually officially own some of the prototypes that go to this set. So this is the prototype to Nine Tails Naruto. This is the prototype for Neji right here. We have the prototype for Rock Lee, and also, of course, my favorite, Orochimaru. So that is really, really awesome. I never even dreamed that I would be able to own those prototypes, and some of the prototypes go from like $300 to $500, and I got all of those for like less than $50 each. And then we got some headbands right here. We got Naruto's, we got the Kisame's, and we also got Rock Lee, Sakura's, Guy Sensei's, the Leaf Village on there though, so I think that's the only three that I can think of. If you guys have anybody else in a Leaf with a red headband, let me know. Okay, so that completes that shelf right there. We're gonna work our way down here. So down here we have some more Naruto Mattel figures. You guys can see the different ones. These are kind of like the common ones. You can see these ones more often, but they are still really hard to find just in general. Then over here we have the original Naruto, but this is when he was in Nine Tails mode, which is awesome. Even down here the toes got the claws. It is a clean figure. So he's a good representation of just that era of Naruto rather than it being like the Mattel quality. Then over here, this is actually an anime hero that I actually just put up there because I just thought it was cool and I had a loose anime hero anyway. Then down here we've got some jewelry. This is Orochimaru's earrings, Tsunade's necklace, we got Hidan's necklace, and then we also got another Tsunade one, but this one is licensed. This right here is done. I mean, Gaara never wore this, but I just thought it was cool, so we put this here. Okay, now probably what everybody's favorite shelf is in the collection, and that is the Sasuke Uchiha shelf. I mean, the show is called Naruto, but it might as well be called Sasuke as much as the following it, because as somebody who makes Naruto content, he's your guys' man. You guys love Sasuke, so we have all the Sasuke figures right here. I mean, who could blame you? I love Sasuke too. Awesome character. So much so that we have one of the rarest Mattel figures. There's two. This one right here here. As you can see, it's the black sealed jutsu half curse mark Sasuke. That guy can run anywhere from 200 to $1,000. It depends on whoever you want. I mean, literally you never see them sealed in the box. So the guy who sells it really just depends on how much he wants to charge you for it. But there is a rarer one, and I don't even know what the packaging looks like. It's the exact same Sasuke with the curse marks, but it's late original Naruto Sasuke where tuning exams when he enters fighting Gaara, and he's got the black costume. It's the same figure, black costume, and it goes for even more. And that one I've never seen in a sealed box before. You guys can take a look here. We've got several different Sasuke related items. Even though we got an Orochimaru right here, mostly because we have the Orochimaru, like, you know, general ninja right here. I mean, I remember this girl died. I just show her body in the episode. I don't remember what happened to them two though. Then we have the Sasuke tins from the CCG. And then we got a variety shelf. We got a little bit more Sasuke down here, but I would say this is more of an Itachi shelf than a Sasuke, because we have the Itachi and Sasuke group back there. These are metallic figures. We got the Sasuke over here. He's young, but the only reason why he's down here is because this is like when he first kind of reveals his, you know, reasonings for going after Itachi, along with it being closest to when his family was killed. So I figured it made sense down here. And this is all Akatsuki stuff right here. We got a nice card. This came in the Naruto subscription box. Another thing I recommend you guys get the subscription box for. We have the Itachi card, a lenticular card, so clean. And then we got a little canvas back there. And of course, can't be complete without a little Sharingan in the collection too. All right, so that shelf is complete. We have another set of the Akatsuki rings, but I mean, if you compare that to the freaking certificate of authenticity pair, I mean, there's no competition. So this guy goes down here just to be as a nice little representation for, you know, Itachi being in the Akatsuki. Okay, so for these two shelves, we're gonna do the top row and then we're gonna work our way down. So at the top here, we have the sealed Naruto video games. I don't put a game on display unless it's sealed. Only one that I don't have sealed up here is Naruto Ninja Destiny, because that is the only Naruto game besides Ninja Storm that I played as a kid. So I just like seeing the cover there. It's really nostalgic for me. And I remember the graphics, dude, like that was on the DS. Like that's not that bad for the DS, right? We got Naruto versus Sasuke, which you can still find that game sealed for like 30 to 40 bucks. I highly recommend it. We have Clash of the Ninja for the Wii, and then we have the Greatest Hits Ultimate Ninja. And then right here, you guys can see we have the entire set of signed Naruto Funko Pops. I have 2 more that I would love to add to the collection. You guys will be seeing me add them soon, but as of right now, that is them. I love it. And then these little guys right here will always hold a special place in my heart, because these ones were one of the first things that I ever started collecting when it comes to Naruto figures. Me and Parker were buying these guys from a store like a long time ago trying to collect them, so it's really cool to see that now they've made it into this greater room, and they all started with just these 6 little guys right here. And then next behind there, we have all of the fig pins, and man, there is so many of them. We haven't even been able to fill all of them into that display anymore. We're out of space in there, but they look beautiful. And then if you look over here, we also have more of them that continue on. This just continues the fig pin setup. There is so many of these guys, but I just can't stop. I just can't stop until they stop making them. And then over here, we got a box for the Hello Kitty figures. Just thought that would look really good next to the Kakashi right here, which is the Sanrio collab Kakashi. Got this at Target. So I got these on Etsy. These are third party, but man, they're so clean. But these guys I use every now and then. I love them. They're really clean look, and also a great way to keep people from putting drinks on your stuff. All right, now that my ass is on the glass, let's go ahead and get to the bottom of this shelf. So we have the Naruto subscription box, which can be very easily replaced. It's just a good central piece there right now. We have a headband that is actually signed for the voice actress of Naruto. It's a very basic, like, you know, kind of cheap, like cosplay headband, but it's signed by the voice actress of Naruto. I wasn't gonna pass it up, and this was sent over from Pristine Auctions. Then we've got Naruto's wallet up there. If I would open it up, there's a moth that's gonna fly out, so I'm not gonna open it. And then we got the Kakashi figure. We got another Kakashi here. We got a little can of Ichiraku ramen candy. And then over here is just, honestly, this is just kind of like our general, very basic level Konaha branded stuff. Because whenever there's like the basic, you have the stuff that comes out like Hot Topic, Box Lunch, stuff like that. But whenever something comes out of like a Target, a Walmart, or a Five Below, they're usually very like season 1 Shippuden or season 1 Naruto early kind of branding. So I always kind of put that stuff here, and it looks really good with that background as well. Okay, then over here we have the Naruto gold section, which doesn't mean that it's all gold stuff, but it's just kind kind of high quality stuff that has gold stuff themed. Like this guy isn't gold, but I mean like, come on man, what's more gold than his golden years? We got Naruto from Boruto. And then we have several other figures that come from SH Fig Art stuff. We got Crane King stuff in here. We got BANPRESTO stuff in here. There is just everything in here. Bandai, I mean a little bit of everything literally. So it's a great shelf that just represents Naruto, and they're all mostly gold or old figures. Then down here, this is probably one of the more lackluster shelves of anything. We have this tray. We have this booster box, which is really cool. This is a overseas booster box. You guys have seen me open it, and it's one of my favorite sets we ever opened. It was the first one we opened, so I had to keep that one sealed. We have the Ichiraku Ramen lunchbox. We have the steel book cover for Jump Force. These collectible coins, the certificate of authenticity. And then behind that, we have a Jump Force copy, and also that Boruto we saw earlier's box, because it was just an item to fill in the space. So this shelf, as you can see, could use some work, but as I said, this is what we're doing. We're just slowly building this room together, so no problems with me. Or maybe there is a problem with me. That's for you to decide. But right here we have the next shelf, which is kind of a little bit of a My Hero shelf. Oh, not kind of, it definitely is. But it's mostly a Deku shelf, as you can see. We got all the different versions of Deku. We got the soda up there. We do have a signed All Might. We got Infinite Deku and a newly added statue of Deku as well from the movie. Next up, we have the Death Note shelf, which is another one of the earliest shows that I watched when it comes to anime. And Naruto and Death Note went hand in hand when I was a kid, but obviously there was much more to watch with Naruto after, you know, middle school for me. So I continue to watch that, but I have to have a little sliver of my first show here, which he actually doesn't even belong here. What are you doing here, Payne? Almighty push over here. All right, but we have the Death Note, and this is actually a 1-to-1 replica of Light's Death Note, the Lind L. Taylor right there. And then we have some of the other small stuff he drew. So it's just a really cool representation, and also be able to see the actual instructions if you read Japanese. Oh, it's actually translated in English too. And then we have the Funko Pops, which, believe it or not, is the most expensive Funko Pops in this room. Ironically, are the Death Note ones. All of those guys are expensive, more expensive than majority of Naruto Pops. We have the mystery minis, and we have the complete collector's edition manga set, which is amazing. That was the first complete manga set I ever bought as well. You know, I have the Naruto ones now. We've got a Demon Slayer one, but that was the first one I'd ever purchased. And then right down here, we got Toby's mask. But if we work our way even lower, down here, we have all the Hunter x Hunter stuff. Another one of my favorite animes, and as of right now, it's been reduced to one shelf, but maybe it'll expand, maybe. And we have a signed Hisoka over there with some other Hisoka stuff as well. We have the minifigures along the bottom, but the majority of this shelf is taken out by the Funko Pops, and that is all of the regular cast. There's some new ones that have been released, and I definitely got to catch up on. If I were to say my favorite items in this shelf, I gotta say these newly added like desk things I really love. Like, they just complete this shelf for me. Like, this shelf was relatively boring until we added those. It added so much dynamics to the shelf, so I'm really glad we added those in there. Now we're moving over to the Demon Slayer section of the room, which was really the thing that was prolonging this whole video. But I figured, like, we're still working on this setup. I cleaned it up as best as possible. There's still a lot of stuff to add to this shelf. But at the rate we were going, I was just figuring you guys will see the entire anime room anyway, based off just small snippets. So I was like, let's just do a full room tour so that way we know where things are at, and we'll continue to work on it. But the Demon Slayer shelf is looking clean for where it's at. So right up here, we have 3 different figures. We got Gyu, Shinobu, and we also got Zenitsu. And I cannot remember what brand those are actually from, to be honest with you, but they are really clean. I got them at Box Lunch and I love them. Then next up, we got the Nezuko shelf, which is one of my favorites because it blends so well. And it's, considering the Demon Slayer shelf isn't done, this is probably one of the more close to completion shelves. And then on top, we have all the Pikachu versions of the different characters from Nezuko all the way down to Inosuke over here, which is like kind of weird because they didn't make Nezuko like the same as like the other Pikachu. She's just in a costume, but I guess that looks a lot better anyway, so I'll go for it. Then down here we got the Tanjiro and Nezuko shelf, which is just kind of their partner shelf right here. They got the hem two holding hands in the forest or something like that. I just love it, and both of them in a dynamic pose. Then down here we got Zenitsu's whole little section right here. Eventually that'll all be yellow. Then next to him we got Nezuko's little section, which is even smaller than her bigger section up there. And then we got Tanjiro right there. I mean, I think just from doing this you guys can kind of tell who's their favorite to make make merchandise for. I'm gonna go ahead and say it's Nezuko. There's a lot for Nezuko. Then down here, we got a Inosuke shelf along with Kaneo. The coolest thing down here has gotta be the cheapest item on here is Kaneo's coin. It's just such a unique item. I got this on a Wish. I highly recommend you guys check out for it. Really cheap, super cool item to have in your collection or your wallet. Then we got a Inosuke, like I said though, and he's got quite a lot of figures as well. But I love about this collection, like I said, is it gives you a really good representation of like which character is the most popular, because I'm not prejudiced. I literally just buy whatever character that I see that clicks with me, and those are the ones that I see the most often. For sure, Nezuko, Zenitsu, third being Inosuke, and believe it or not, fourth I think might be Tanjiro. Then down here we got the Inosuke plush and also the Inosuke Funko Pop, along with a variety of other plushies that go along the bottom right here, which are eventually going to be displayed in different places. But for right now, I just wanted to keep them all together. All right, and then in the center of the room, we have the three masks that started it all. The spirits of the forest along with Tanjiro's mask. And then we have the Rengoku statue. You guys know me, I do not collect a lot of resin statues because of the fact that they can break very easily. They're extremely fragile and they're really expensive for that fragility. To me, I just don't think it's worth it, but I got sent this one for free, and free's always worth it. So since it was free, I got it. But it just made a perfect centerpiece right there, and if something happens to that one, like many of my resin statues before, by self-inflicted damage they did to themselves, if something happens to this one, I ain't replacing it. So hopefully it stays in great shape. Then down here we have the entire Demon Slayer manga. You cannot have this whole shelf without having the core of it all, along with some minifigures that we collected up there recently. Then coming down here, we have the collector card game, the stained glass art. We have our entire group of Hashira, which leads you all the way over to the Demon Slayer video game on Xbox One. And they are actually releasing that game on the Switch very soon, so you'll see that over there as well. Because personally, I think if you're collecting any kind of video games, you want to collect on the Switch. I mean, as you're seeing time go by with video game collecting, Xbox stuff's expensive, you know, PlayStation stuff can be expensive. You know what's really expensive? GameCube and Wii stuff. So I think that's what I'm gonna start collecting, is Switch stuff. Now you saw some Fig Pins earlier, so you can see some more. Fig Pin goes crazy when they get a license. They got Demon Slayer ones up the wazoo. There's even two that we're missing, which is... we're missing Sadame and one more other character that has a Fig Pin, but I cannot remember off the top of my head. So he is missing, but everybody else is there. Then we have our Demon Slayer Funko Pops there. We got Gyu, Tanjiro, Nezuko, Tanjiro, and Muzan to complete it. And then we have a sleeping set of chibis of multiple different Demon Slayer characters below that. And those ones are not authentic. I did get those on Wish, but for $12, damn are they cute. Okay, and again, a kind of a shelf that doesn't have a lot of stuff on it. We got Tanjiro and Rui, along with a very, very ugly, ugly plushie of Tanjiro. So this is the end of our Demon Slayer shelf right here, but we've got, right here, we've got the original three of the core group of the soon-to-be Hashira, I'm sure. We got Inosuke, Tanjiro, and also Zenitsu. And then if we come down here, I'm hoping to get that same group right here in the Grandista statues. These are my favorites to collect. They're a great medium product between quality and price. So I really love Zenitsu right there. I want to get the rest. Then down here, we've got the BANPRESTO, our Bandai statues, along with some little mini Akaza and Muzan back there. But the biggest thing that I collect for sure when it comes to Demon Slayer is gonna be these guys right here, the BANPRESTO statues. I think these are the best form factors for the characters. They show you the heights, the different details of the characters, and all of them are still in the boxes right now because I'm trying to, like I said, finish this whole shelf. Those guys are for sure my favorites, and we're gonna be collecting some more of those on the channel if you guys haven't already. Pretty soon this whole shelf will be filled with hopefully all the characters and great different profiles for each character. So we got Gyu stuff, Shinobu stuff, but then moving down we got Rengoku, his little section right there as well. And then down the bottom we really don't have much at all. We got the Zenitsu figure from Funko, and then a Zenitsu plushie, which is much cuter than Tanjiro's. And then we have the Hyupaskets that are in those boxes as well. Those are the ones that we currently have. They're all in there. And then to finish it up, I didn't even tell you guys about this, we got two more swords. We have Rengoku's sword right here and Rengoku / Tanjiro's sword right here. So absolutely love the Demon Slayer collection. As you can see, there's nothing up top. There's nothing up top over here. There's a couple shelves that are blank. We have a lot to go in this section, but we're gonna do that together. Now we got the last side of the room, and then we're gonna check out this place looks like with all the lights out. Next up, we got the Hunter x Hunter door, which also contains all of the future video. Yeah, you can see in there. All the future videos for this channel, or something that I haven't got a chance to finish yet, all goes inside there. Next up, we have the last section of the room, and we get the light switch, which is my favorite part. And then we get to this, which is the Funko Pops to finish up the room. And I cannot go through every single one of these Funko Pops. There'll be a scan shot on screen for you guys. But if you want to see a full tour of every single Funko Pop in this room, I'll put that link down below in the description so you guys can check that out. But now that you've seen the entire room, I think that's everything. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. We have the table here in the center. This is where we film. We do all the videos for you guys, of course. We sit on these right here. Very comfortable. But that squares it up. Now to check out this room looks like at the nighttime. Alright guys, so now we're gonna turn the lights off. You guys don't usually see it like this. To be honest, the remotes are a little bit wonky right now, but I got everything going. This is what the room would typically look like at nighttime. Like when all the lights are down, filming's done, and I come into the room. Usually it looks like this, something like this. Which is really freaking cool. If I go ahead and turn off the bottom lights, you can even see there's a projection. So you see there's light around the whole room. Over here by the Demon Slayer shelf, those lights are always constantly changing. But if I go ahead and turn this off, you'll see the room has a projection as well, which is really, really cool. I love the way this entire room came together. Sometimes I have the lights as rainbow, I have the roof as red. It just, you can switch it up, but the look is just clean as hell. I usually like to keep the Demon Slayer stuff red, mainly just because, I mean, obviously with all the blood art and, you know, Tanjiro's breathing technique, there's a lot of red. And also with Naruto, that is his chakra color as well. But that is the entire anime room. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was, you know, it took a little bit of time to go through this. If you guys do me a favor and smash that like button, I would greatly appreciate it. Do not leave this video without hitting the like button. That would be amazing and it helps me out so much. Check out this video on your screen right here, which will lead you an awesome anime video onto a playlist of some of the stuff on this channel. If you guys haven't checked it out, I highly recommend it. For a lot of people, some of these collection videos the first time ever seeing. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. You guys subscribe. You guys are gonna see a lot of awesome anime content, so don't miss it. And as always, Reptar, I'll see you beautiful shinobi in the next one. Adios. Bloop.